This month, you guys featured a story about a man who spent his life perfecting an instrument. I guess it's called the oud.
It's called the oud. You said it right.
Yeah. And I'm just wondering, how did you find him? And why did you want to share his story?
Jawad Al-Fatlawi, who is a luthier, we would say, a maker of instruments, came to us on a pitch from a freelancer, like a lot of our stories do. I'm not sure how she was aware of him. Adrian Perrin, who edits our Good Things from Maine section, brought it to me. And what was interesting about him is that he's not only has an interesting backstory, he's was an asylum seeker in this country, he's from native Iraqi, but he's a really talented maker of instruments, and he's found a way to take this traditional Middle Eastern instrument and put it in a body that's more like resemblant of a guitar, a little more familiar to Western musicians.
He said something about how it's not always by, learning to play by ear. It's more by playing by what you feel. And I thought that was so interesting.
I am very jealous of the writer who got to sit and spend the day with him and listen to him play some of the music. What we were able to do is look a little bit at his craft. We had some time with him in the workshop and able to see just the craftsmanship and the precision that goes into not only making this very specific cultural instrument, but adapting it for a whole new context.
So despite winter getting off to a slow start, folks are out hitting the slopes. You guys have a whole feature on different hills and other places that people can go sledding. Why? Why'd you do this?
Because I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, and all I do is sled every winter now. I mean, sledding's great, right? And you don't need to have kids or grandkids to do it. And, as compared to skiing or some of the ski hills where you can pay to go tubing now, really good community sledding hills, it's not necessarily something that you can just up and Google. A lot of times you kind of have to know where the locals go. So Jennifer Hazard did an amazing job of talking to the locals in every county across the state and found 2, 3, 4 different places where people go, whether it's the hill in front of the elementary school, or here in Camden, we love to do it right in front of the harbor. You have a beautiful backdrop. And it's just a really fun directory for something that you can do all winter long, COVID notwithstanding. It's not expensive. Places where you can sled with a main backdrop that just you're not going to get anywhere else. Going and sledding at Johnson Field on Bailey Island and Harpswell in front of this amazing harbor tableau. Spots like that are just unbeatable.
So this is really what I've been wanting to ask you about. This month features a full spread on pizza. Who doesn't love pizza on a cold day? What made you guys want to look into Maine's pizza landscape of all things?
Yes, but pizza has gotten a lot better in the state over the course of the last decade. And as we said in the intro and talked to a couple people, who run in foodie circles who know, it's a little bit of a consequence of the farm to table movement. It's a little bit of a consequence of the artisan bread movement. And it's a consequence of a few kind of pioneer places like Otto when they opened, 13, 12 years ago. Nobody in Maine was serving pizza like that. And it's since just exploded. So we've rounded up, I want to say 30 of them, plus a bunch of little outliers. We've got a little tribute to Pat's, the classics on the one end, and then, places that are doing more of your, I don't know if you would call it highbrow necessarily, but a Neapolitan style pizza or sourdough pizzas or things that are a little more experimental. It's such a breadth. And yeah, we all love it. And if we're not eating indoors this winter, we're getting a lot of takeout, right?
Right. No, it's very true. And it seems like there was something on there for everybody. There was vegetarian, there was meat stuff on there. Was there a fan favorite on your end as far as pizza lovers, what they liked that you guys found?
I mean, we had the privilege of getting to have 5 of us, truck it all over the state and each try different things. So I didn't get to eat every pizza on the 30 pizza list, but I got to eat 10 of them. I went up to the county and I went to Limestone and I went to a place called B52, which is pretty fantastic little sub and pizza shop. And I ate a pizza that has Maine red snapper hot dogs and Humpty Dumpty's all dressed potato chips on it. Is it my favorite pizza I've had in Maine? I don't know that it is. Is it the most interesting? It ranks pretty high.